Peace, my family, and royal back to all. And those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time, welcome. This your girl, the butterfly, and we about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all the good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right in that good 9 mind. How y'all feeling today? Hope you guys most definitely moving up in your higher natures. And cleansing, cleansing the lows. Alright, so I came in today to share another clip it from our Master Teacher's book called The Holy Tabernacle Guide for Better Living, Purity, and Neatness, and the Maintenance of Health. This right here will certainly help you on this good journey within. Clean yourself up and get your butt up into your higher natures. So, let's go. Question. Who cast a spell on our seed and why? Question. And this is Dr. Malachi's answer. Enki, also called Nundaman, was jealous of his brother Enlil, son of Anu, and Atum. He wanted to have the position of Enlil, also called Nundamir. However, because Enlil was the son of Anu and his half-sister, Atum, he became the legal successor according to the Anunnaki laws. So for everyone that's trying to figure out why certain things are transpiring on this planet and why is it set up the way that it is, as far as, why stuff is the way that it is, yeah, it's because you're under a spell and you must break it. Let's go. So, this made Enki jealous of his brother Enlil, and so this started a conflict of rivalry between the two brothers. So Enki and Ishtar, daughter of Nana and Sin, Nana, and Nergal, got together and planned a plan with the evil reptilian Zuin, also known as Anzu or Tarnus, to put a spell on the seed of Enlil, you, the Anamites, and Enotites. This spell was cast at the beginning of the first moon cycle, which occurred 6,000 years ago. This evil hypnotic spell was cast upon Nubians, the original Melanite children, and the descendants of the original woolly-haired beings, the entities bearing the 9 ether, or 9 power to 9. So 9 to the 9 power 9. The Anunnaki Elohim. So next question. How did Zuin cast a spell? Question. And this is Dr. Malachi's answer. Zuin was Enlil's gatekeeper, and he guarded the Dagana, the Durgal, the sacred chamber, where the 7 tablets, the Akashic records, or tablets of destiny, the scroll of all, were kept. These tablets told of the coming of the elders, and Zuin snuck into the sacred chamber while Enlil was bathing and stole the first writings and all the destinies therein. Thus, you changed what was to happen at that very moment. The earth was void and dark, and the Anunnaki Elohim became confused. Zuin gave the tablets to Enki, and together they conspired against his brother Enlil and the descendants of the Anamites, who are the Canaanites, the Canaanites and Enotites. Little did Enki know the evil, conniving Zuin deceived him and cast a spell on him. His seed as well. So his Enki seed also. So let's go on. Did Enlil ever get the tablets back from the hands of evil reptilian one Zuin? Question. And this is Dr. Malachi Zierk's answer. Yes. Nin Nuruti, the son of Enlil, was the only Anunnaki brave enough to go against Zuin and to take the tablets. So it refers to the Holy Tablets, chapter 12, the Tablet of Anzu. So again, if you don't know what I'm talking about and you're like, what are you talking about? You should check out the Holy Tablets. It's on my channel. This is chapter 12 in the Holy Tablets. So if you're interested in knowing what world happened and why we're in this state on this planet, check it out. So let's go on. When the Anunnaki had to come together for a meeting to decide how they were going to get the tablets from Zuin back, none of them wanted to fight against Zuin. So Enki decided to send Narenta to do battle with Zuin, and Narenta took on the assignment and with the help of Sharer succeeded in his battle with Zuin and took the tablets of destiny back to where it belonged. This made the Anunnaki very happy, and Narenta received the title of Super Narenta. Narenta then took in rank with his father Enlil and the title 50. So let's go on. What do you mean by rank? Question. And this is Dr. Malachi Zierk's answer. The 12 of the Anunnaki have a rank, and Nu is the highest of all the ranks, which is the number 60. Then Enlil, he is 50. Then Enki, he is 40. Then Anir, he's 30. Shemesh, which is 20. And Adad, which is 10. The number 10 and its 6 multiplies within the prime number 60, where those were thus assigned to male identities, and the numbers ending with 5 were assigned to the female identities, like N2, which was 55, Milimentu, or Milimentu, which is Ninel, which is 45, and Niku, which is 35, and Nigel, which is 25, which Istar, which is 15, and Ninti, which is 5. So the direct descendant. Which is 5. So the Murdoch, son of Enki and Damkina, had no rank because he was not the son of a direct descendant. So whereas Nurinti was son of Enlil and his half-sister Ninti, who also used the title Ninel, Lady of the Heavens, at one time, when Murdoch defeated Taman in the battle, all of the Anunnaki had to bestow on him 50 names, and that signified that the rank 50 had to become his also. So let's go on. This spell has brought about a lack of discipline and disorganization and chaos. Nubian people today have lost their self-discipline. Can y'all tell? Just saying. Okay, so, and that's not funny, but, I'm not laughing, but, again, it's just how I, express sometimes in a way you may not understand, but, yeah. Okay, anywho. Nubian people today have lost their self-discipline. From the way they act, talk, dress, and eat. They are unable to bring yourself out of the state you're in because you always create excuses for being the way that you are and the state you're in. For example, if you're a tramp, then you lack your discipline because you can't control your own desires. If you're an alcoholic, you lack discipline because you can't control your drinking. If you are a glutton, you lack discipline because you can't control your eating. You always find excuses and blame someone else for your conditions instead of making the change and disciplining yourselves. You can't stop your bad habits without discipline. This is all mind. That's why Dr. Malachi York am here. For my job is to break the spell of ignorance that has been on Nubians with right knowledge, right wisdom, and right understanding, which leads to right thinking, Nuwapu, and the science of sound right reasoning. First, you must begin with discipline. So, for the people that's on this good journey with them, they may have questions about how to maneuver right. It starts with discipline. Discipline. You gotta get a grip on bad habits. As I've been saying, you gotta break those bad habits, and you gotta break them with discipline. And it takes time, I know. You gotta have patience with yourself, but again, it must be done. You gotta break away. Just saying. So let's go on. Discipline and organization. This is all I love, by the way. I know people don't like to be told what to do or feel like I'm telling them what to do. But this is our teachings from the master teacher, Dr. Malachi York L. And this will help you. This is for your highest good, by the way. So if I'm speaking and my delivery is like, what? Please don't mind that. This is all love, family. This is all love. And I have to be who I am. This is all love, family. I gotta tell y'all the truth so y'all know what's up, so y'all can make these changes. Because it's not a game, people. So, let me go ahead and get to it. So, how do we discipline and organize ourselves? Question. And this is Dr. Malachi York's answer. Self-control or discipline and the ability to basically organize is a necessity in Nuwapu. Y'all heard that? You gotta learn to have self-control or discipline, and ability to organize is a necessity in Nuwapu. Every aspect of Nuwapu is order and discipline. Check that out. Order and discipline. Makes sense? You know, the laws of Mayat. Order, justice, order, you know. Anywho, from the physical to the spiritual. In order for you, children of the Elohim, to be accepted in the eyes of the Most High, you must consistently make an effort to control the I. You know, the ego, the I, you know. And practice living a life of order and discipline. The ego is the self-aggravating aspect of the mind, and it's the ego which separates the individual from unity with others and within him or herself family. For the ego exerts I-ness. It's all about me, you know, I-ness. All right, now, that is the end of his answer. So let's go on. What is ego? Question. And this is Dr. Malachi York's answer. Ego is the greatest obstacle to peace. Let me repeat that one more time, family. The ego is the greatest obstacle to peace. Y'all want peace? Y'all gotta work on that ego. Okay? It's not easy, but you can do it. Ego is the greatest obstacle to peace, for it is that which accompanies the mind with whether one are better or worse, or possess more or less, and have greater or lesser power than others. We all have power, and we are a lot stronger together than individually. And again, we all have the same power, family. Nobody is higher than others, you know what I'm saying? As far as us as a collectively living souls and beings on this particular rim. You know, if you know what I'm saying, like We're not better than others. You all have that same power. It's just the people, tap into theirs or not. That's it. And you can rise higher by, tapping in and go higher, depending on what stage you are as far as the levels you are going into. But as far as the power we have, we all have it. It's what you intend to use it for, and, what you intend to use it. You want to tend to take your power back and stop giving it away. Or continue on with how you've been living. It's real, family. So let's go on. The ego is attended by desire, pride, anger, delusion, greed, jealousy, lust, hatred, racism, and leadership. The ego is the most difficult aspect of the mind to control. Remember that. But you can control it. Its nature is such that it deludes even while one is striving to overcome it. When the ego is subdued, energies can be utilized constructively for personal growth and service of others. Yep. Refer to the scroll of the mind. So, he said, refer to the scroll of the mind that's following instructions that will most help you on the next book you should check out. Next book, the next level, the next raising of your consciousness levels, the next book you should go and get and eat up. That's how you move, okay? He's giving you what you need, so giving you what you want, So, uprooting ego. And so, question, how can we uproot the ego? Question, this is Dr. Malachi's answer. The ego can be uprooted by subduing it and suppressing it. It must be evident by now that being righteous and being a child of the Elohim, and Elo and El, meditating, being saved, or being righteous entails far more than just making a claim, sitting with your eyes closed and legs crossed, saying, I'm God, or lip confessions. It demands rigorous introspection and the overhauling of one's personality, life patterns and values, behavior corrections, and the uprooting of weaknesses are relatively easy adjustments to make, right? But again, everybody is different, so, that's what he says, right? So, okay. Egoism, behind the mask of the human personality, is one of the biggest hurdles to overcome, for it veils the light within, supports surface thoughts, and perpetuates its own habitual feelings and action. This lower self, and within your lower nature, must be whittled down, for it persists in retaining its limited false values. No amount of spiritual practice will bear fruit. Too often people profess to being righteous, yet they are unwilling to eradicate their lower nature and change the old habits, clinging to them to refuse to even to admit the need for change. This type of individual will never make any real progress. For without radical transformation of the lower nature, one goes nowhere. You stay in that same state until you decide to make a change. It's not easy. He knows it's not easy. It's not easy to change deeply ingrained habits. And a sincere person who's just admitting to change often feels helpless against them. By regular spiritual practice, family, untiring, selfless service. And again, by you checking out our master teacher, Dr. Malachi videos and studies. One moment. By you checking out our master teacher, Dr. Malachi videos, just like you would be going to a mosque or, wherever you go for church services or things like that. Listening to, the lectures and the things that you need to know. And beginning your studies and your spiritual studies. It's very important in making sure that you practice that, not just on the Sabbath or other, you need to do it every day. It's needed every day. You got to find time in your day, each and every day, to spend time with the Most High. Just like you can open up, a Bible, a Quran, whatever you choose to do your spiritual practices in and get your studying on. That's what is needed. Spiritual practice, making sure you meditate, you pray, and, do your thing. And make sure you eating right, spiritual food for the body, which is, stuff that is good for you. Life, right? Eating life. Eat to live, right? Okay. So, where was I? By regular spiritual practice and untiring selfless service, being a help of others, helping other people, and the ability to choose do good, right? Association with spiritual minded people, being around people or listening to people that are like minded like you. Where is that? Okay. Strong determination to, eradicate egoism is a powerful but selfless will is developed. So one must introspect and discover all weaknesses and defects. So you have to examine yourself. And again, you must know and be honest with yourself about your weaknesses. Everybody has them. And your strengths. Everybody has them. And if you don't know what they are, it's mainly certain things that you run from and you don't want to venture into because you might fear that, you can't do it. Bingo. There's something that you need to examine. Maybe you do. Try it and you'll see if, that's how you build your confidence up. So, yeah, and build it up as a strength. So, that's how you do it. But anywho, the transmuting of a lower nature to a higher nature demands, let me rewind back. So, the transmuting of a lower nature to a higher nature, what I've been telling y'all, moving up in your higher natures, transmuting a lower nature into a higher nature. What does he say about it? He says it demands full and heartfelt dedication. Sometimes the old personality attempts to re-establish itself even after years of purifying, family. Self-assertive and self-supportive by the lower mind and will. It can make you identifying with the ego, or he or she breaks the rules of disciplines and revolts against all things and all is ever ready to fight with those who are unwilling to respect his or her own opinions. So, bolding in self-justification, denying faults and defects, the person may be unaware of the effects on his or her actions, for the intellect has been clouded with impurities. Not knowing what he or she means and not meaning what she or she says, he or she is too self-willed and self-satisfied to see the error in his or her ways. So, one who is not straightforward and cannot keep discipline or open his or her heart to others cannot be held by any teacher. Nothing can help one who deliberately shuts his eyes against the truth, Such a person, instead of making progress along the life's path, remains stuck in the mirror of his or her own creation. If there is any hold on one moment. If there isn't any recognition that something is wrong, the slightest attempt to approve, or even a slightly retributive attitude, then errors can be corrected. But one who is frank with his or her teacher, him or herself, begins to realize the nature and the source of his or her defects. He or she is soon on the way to improving his or her life. One moment.